Good morning, everyone. Thought I'd do a little video this morning on my Kratom tea and uh, turmeric that I use. And this is the leaves that I have saved, and I have quite a few more of them, but this is just the bowl that I'm using out of right now. But they've shed during the winter, and I have some that are just kind of looking old and all that. And whenever I start moving them out, my kratom out of the greenhouse, I intend that I'll go ahead and harvest those leaves and um, let the new growth come out. I have dried some and made the powder like I get from my vendors, uh, Hector and Jennifer, with 237 Botanical. But for myself and the way I do my tea, they're kind of crackly, but they're not as dried as what you would do to make a powder out of. This is the tea that I make with my little pot here, and this is off the stove, and so I don't want to drop this in my lap. Have roasted chestnuts, but that's the way it looks. And my little teapot here, I have a little cup that I really enjoy using that is double insulated, so I can take pretty hot, and there's 4 cups to the pot, and usually for myself 2 cups will usually make me through the day, and it keeps well. I just put it in an old jar and stick it in the refrigerator, and it's good for tomorrow, and I can heat it back up and have tomorrow's dose. There's only been 1 or 2 times that I've taken kratom like 3 days in a row or anything. Like I said, I'm fortunate that I didn't have an addiction problem other than my alcohol. And that was one thing with kratom. I do find that I have cut down a great deal on my drinking of beer and wine that I enjoy. And a few months back got into hard apple cider again, and I enjoy it. And my consumption of alcohol is way down with the use of kratom, and I feel better. I'm getting more done than I have in quite some time. And this is my turmeric. This is some I've still got out, and turmeric is just good for a lot of the problems that I have with arthritis and degenerative bone disease and things. And so the turmeric I was using it along and along, not a steady everyday thing as I am now, for quite a few years, and to help with inflammation. And then the kratom takes for the pain and all, so it's a good mix on it. And to amplify, the articles I've read said that turmeric amplifies, or you won't have to use as much kratom if you take it with the turmeric. And then the turmeric, if you use black pepper in the turmeric, it is better. And the black pepper is good for your digestion and a bunch of other things. It has a bunch of herbal remedy properties to it in black pepper. And I use fresh peppercorns and, just old store-bought in the can ground black pepper. But I make a mix, and this is my turmeric ground up with about an equal part of honey, and a good helping of black pepper. And I take a teaspoon of it in the morning and a teaspoon in the evening, and then depending on what I'm eating, I use turmeric a great deal in my recipes and what I'm cooking and all. So I don't know, there's all this about so many grams here and so many grams of there. I don't do a lot of measuring. I throw the shit in the pot and cook it, and that's how it comes out. And it's the same way with my dosing on the turmeric and all. And that's just me. I'm not no doctor. I'm not no botanist. And I have, the only thing I do on this channel is I tell you what I do. I'm not telling you it will do for you. You have to take that upon yourself. I'm in no way trying to doctor anybody, or I tell folks, I use this or I use that, and it's up to you to the dosage that you might want or how you might want to take it. Uh, I don't do the Kratom tea like this that I steep real often. Uh, I still have the powder and all. I have a good bit, and I will be using more of the tea. But the powder, I do it with a honey ginger crystal that I use and make a tea out of, and I've shown that before. And that was this even being hot. I usually just put a teaspoon of honey in my cup and go with that, but I could put some other stuff into it. But anyway, that's what helps me get through the day. And like I said, it's not a everyday thing. I have good days and I have bad days, and it takes the edge off of the bad ones, and that's what counts. Is I don't have a lot of stamina anymore, but as long as I feel good and I can keep tinkering at it, my wood bin's filling back up, and I'm getting prepared for another year or two, and I just take life as it comes. And the Kratom sure helps. And I enjoy playing with my turmeric and ginger and all the other anti-inflammatories that I've found that helps my old joints feel a little better. Hope this has been helpful to someone. Everyone have a blessed day.